Hey guys, welcome back to the Persistence Mastery Podcast, which will be rebranding soon as the Persistent Managers. And there's going to be a lot of reasons for that. It's super exciting. We're niching our audience into helping middle managers by empowering them as leaders without toxic communication. So stay tuned. If you see some changes, please stay with us. Also, like and subscribe. Leave us a review if you have felt that a lot of this content has been of added value to you. It really helps the channel and it helps other people find this no fee, free professional development. So let's get into it. Here are the questions that I want to focus on. And these questions and this topic are the 3 questions every manager should ask to build trust. So let's get right into it. The first question is, how can I support you? Let me say that again. How can I support you? So a lot of the times, if you'll go on our website, persistencemastery.com, you'll see one statistic that says employees state that 76% of their career happiness comes from their manager. 1 in 5 leave just because of their manager. And I think a big reason that is they don't feel appreciated. You know, when I first got into sales, we'll kind of go on a path here, is we used to hear and say to each other is people don't care until they know how much you care. And that's an important point because so many managers don't communicate this. And it's not because they're bad people. You know, there's this thing called impact over intent. And what that simply means is I believe, and this is just me, most managers, most middle managers are actually really good people. I think they care. I think they want to see their team succeed. However, what hurts them is the impact of their communication doesn't always line up with their intent. And that could be for so many reasons. That could be from external circumstances, maybe other things are imbalanced in their life, and that's totally understandable. So again, first question, how can I support you? Is one question every manager needs to ask. Second question, what do you need from me to succeed? This is another big one. Here's why. A lot of the time, we don't want it to be a one-way street. Heck, if you're in a relationship or whatnot outside of work, it's never super awesome when one person is putting in all the work and the other person just kind of sits back and relax. You need to be a team. You need to work for each other. But you also need to communicate for you to be aligned. So asking the question, hey, what do you need from me to succeed? Really starts to bring down some roadblocks, starts to articulate that, hey, you know those barriers you're kind of afraid to ask me sometimes? I want you to ask that. Now, let me be clear. When I say barriers come down, I don't mean boundaries come down. That's a big difference. I do believe, even though this question is important, don't misunderstand it in the sense that boundaries between you and your manager come down. But maybe barriers, maybe certain feedback on a project you want to give on a one-on-one that your manager can influence, maybe something you've been holding back. But you still have to keep those healthy boundaries. And that's an episode for another time. Next question, final question, but a very important question is, what's one thing we could do better as a team? Now, I love this question. Even though its simplicity is direct and to the point, here's the bottom line. There's no I in team, but there is a me. You may have heard that joke. And even though that's a funny joke and a lot of people say it, asking this question, what can we do better as a team, makes you feel individualized and typically helps that one-on-one to be more effective, to make you feel that we can be open to constructive criticism. Because if we don't get that negative stuff on the table, which as a manager, you do have to sometimes facilitate and go through all that muck and deal with the people problems. Those are super tough challenges that they have to deal with, that I've had to deal with in my own experience. So, just to recap this episode, here is what we can do as a manager that we need to ask our direct reports to make the trust be stronger. 1, how can I support you? 2, what do you need from me to succeed? And 3, what's one thing we could do better?
Thank you for listening to the Persistence Mastery Podcast. Subscribe to where you listen to podcasts. And if you want to hire Paul to train or speak for your team, visit persistencemastery.com and fill out the request training form.